Good evening, everybody. It's myself and Belinda on tonight live. There is a water fountain in the background, you know, with the noise. But if you don't like it, then you don't have to watch it. But if anybody likes the sound of water, which you should do, whether you're meditating or just sat relaxing reading a book, then here it is, a nice sound. In this video, it's going to be about development, and psychic development is about accepting the self. Now, I just did a very similar video on my MDP, Mediumship Development Program group, but it's not going to come out the same because it never does. It comes out in whatever development, sitting in a circle with people, or even if you're not sitting in a circle of people who are developing their mediumship abilities, you might just be one-to-one with your mentor and teacher, which is like myself, looking at Belinda as my teacher and respecting her for how much she has, you know, shown me that life is precious and growing, and listening to people that are older because they know exactly what life is all about. I'm not saying I don't, but there's so much more that she has offered me in order for me to feel confident, in order for me to accept certain things in life cannot be changed. It just is. Now, when you're one-to-one with that mentor or teacher, you're confiding in that person about your personal past, your personal life currently, and maybe certain doubts about the future. The mentor's job is not to give you the answers. They're also not gonna give you the options on the table. They will guide you to the particular destination that you need to go, because at the end of the day, I feel we already have the answers within ourselves in order to progress forward. It is I'm going to read the message. They're visible. Belle, here's Belle, so she can come on. Hey guys.
So, yeah, Michael has a lovely point right there. I'll be brief with a candle. What is it saying? I don't know how to read that.
I'm not sure. All messages are visible on the live chat. I'll be brief, but a candle of prayer and love brought my friend back last night before he went to the light. Crazy. Give you the guys the details later.
Awesome.
Please
fantastic,
do. Yeah. I'll be very interested.
Yes.
Hasten, yes.
Hey, Hasten. We love you.
Good to see you. Wonderful advice last time when we were on for our video on the talk on the haunted place and other things. It really did lift me and teach me some things. Thank you so much. And that is, again, another follower with experience in life. And the more you experience, the more you push yourself forward to understand that life isn't so bad if you really put your, you know, whatever into it. I'm looking at Belle. She's kind of, you know, me. I don't know what I'm talking about, basically, because I'm talking to Belle and she's putting me off with her beauty.
Oh, my God. No, what we were talking about earlier is...
I might have rudely interrupted her, actually, because I think she was talking, so I'm sorry about that.
Oh, it's all right. I guess what we were talking about earlier before we went on, we were discussing about how self-development spiritually and mentally and even as a person is coming to terms and accepting yourself for the good. Her favorite Disney princess.
Yes.
Princess Belle. Is developing as a person, and one of those ways that you got to do that is by accepting yourself for your mistakes and for your faults and for you being human, and that we're not all perfect. None of us are. We're all there. We're working subject. We're working. We're just a diamond in the rough, and we're always being chiseled. If we allow ourselves to be chiseled in order to develop into something greater spiritually or any other way, right?
It's Michael? Like, for example, I'm going to use this psychological example. Why did I stop talking just then? I didn't know what I was doing, because it clearly shows you guys, and it clearly shows me and Belinda, I know what I want. Because why did I get confused when I was talking? Because love stopped me there. Her drawing me in with her energy stops me from thinking about the actual subject. So there you go. That's kind of what happened. But that's the explanation, really. Yes, but she's going in the background, really? I think if we are not able to work it out from the past and deal with situations, you know, we're not asking people to go, you're going to deal with it if you're going to be a psychic medium, if you're going to strengthen your development, if you're going to work with spirit, if you're going to open your eyes to that spiritual awakening, because that spiritual awakening will come if you ask for support from spirit, if you really work it out, things are going to start to open up for you. That doorway is going to start to open, and there's going to be a number of different things. You really think one thing's going to be thrown at you, you're going to get multiple different things. And also, that treasure chest doesn't just hold one life lesson in that particular situation. And if we're going through the development spiritually, psychically, we're going to have a number of things happen to us in that coming time. Whether we join a group of people who we know and we sense within ourselves empathically that there are people within that circle that we sense need to talk about things, they need to let things out, they need to be able to express how they feel and feel confident. Maybe all part of a program, mediumship development program, is for a group of students to feel confident within themselves, maybe each other. Maybe you might have one person who's very confident, but there's something else lacking in that situation, and there's somebody else that's lacking the confidence, so that confident person's going to help them achieve the ability to express their feelings and their thoughts and not be afraid to do so. So there's a number of things of why we have to start in a session one of a course like this, is when we're going to talk about ourselves, who we are, what is it that we want, what are the things that we wish to accomplish, and putting behind us the things that didn't go well, that didn't go to plan. Acceptance, understanding that it moves us on to something else, and we need to move on, and we need to get rid of the pain, and we need to understand that negativity can be to strengthen us, to turn the coin to something else, to something more positive, not just for the people, but for us. We've got to understand who we are. We've got to love ourselves in mind, body, and spirit. If we can't give back, can't listen to our own message, then how the heck can we give the message out to other people? We need to filter it within ourselves.
Definitely. Everything that we speak through, whether it's spirit or we're giving advice to people or just acknowledging something in our life, it always has to come by.
Now, around Belinda, apart from the colour of her hair purple, I'm seeing purple aura all around her, really pretty much velvet wrapped around her silk, which suggesting to me that, you know, well, it's not suggesting, it's an absolute fact that there's massive psychic development has improved throughout the years. She's opened a massive doorway and had a breakthrough in her spiritual journey, and it's opened up her ability to be just say what she has to say. If she's got a message for someone, she's going to say what she has to say. It's very important that we open up our psychic ability, because spirit are in communication with everybody, whether it's good or bad.
Definitely.
And they have an option. We have an option, but they pretty much work with us and choose us to guide us. And that development is important because the doorway's open for all of us, but it's whether we use it in the way that we're meant to.
Exactly. And remember, guys, spirit talks to us in many different ways. The question is learning how to understand that it's spirit talking to you. It's not always a voice that's there, you know, telling you. It sometimes could be a sign in the sky. It could be a passerby. It could be a bum on the street. It could be a commercial. It could be a song. The spirit talks to us in many ways. Like, you just got to be out there listening. Like,
there's a difference in we've got to decipher between the two. Sensing and picking up something about someone doesn't necessarily mean we have connected to a spirit loved one. We need to know for sure. We need to know the definition of what it is. Are we connected to spirit? We should know within ourselves. And what is the difference between just giving a message of inspiration doesn't necessarily mean it's connected to spirit. That's just you and your kind heart and your strength and your ability. But sometimes we can take that inspiration and that knowledge from spirit world, and they give us, they're not shooting energy, but they're shooting the message, but we're kind of exchanging our energies. Spirit and ourselves are passing energies between each other, and sometimes they can shoot a vast amount of energy and inspiration to us. What is most important when we receive that information? It could be for us.
Oh, definitely. And you know what? One of the biggest things that I remember my father always saying is when you point your finger at someone, you got one pointing there and then you got three of them pointing back at you, meaning whatever you're telling people, whatever you're expecting from people, advice, or perhaps you're criticizing your neighbor or your sister or someone on YouTube or whatever. Remember, look at your life and check yourself out and see that we're not perfect. None of us are. And if we're going to go by life looking at everybody else and pointing the finger and just you know, telling them you shouldn't have purple hair, you should have brown hair, and you shouldn't do this or that or whatever. Look at yourself and take heed and take action within yourself. Listen to spirit, but take it to yourself. Absorb it and change your life. Don't worry about the other person across the street. Don't worry about what the other guy is doing or the other woman, whatever the hell they're doing. Worry about what you're doing. If you want to make a difference in your life or in people's life or in the world, or you want to teach people, or you want to become a better person or make the world a better person, bring that energy around you that's better. Change you first.
First, we've got to understand people as to why they don't take the message for themselves, why they don't take the love for themselves, why they don't put themselves first on this feeling of trying to understand the self. Because some people are made to believe that they're not worthy, that they're not important, that they don't have a purpose. Some people believe that they're not meant to have anything, and that they beat themselves up so much. But their given goal is to give so much out to others, and that's enough for them to carry on. But you can't live, you know, thinking that's going to be a healthy way of spiritually or in reality in the physical body and the mind, because we've got to fill ourselves with love. We've got to fill ourselves with the things, knowledge that we're going to process within ourselves, that's going to benefit us to be even better than what we think we are. We're giving all that good now, and we're hollow and not able to give ourselves the love and energy back. But we might very well be giving all that love, but why can't we find out who we truly could be and our potential if we give love back to ourselves, and then we could be so much more than what we're already giving. We've got to block out what people have tried to make us think. We could go back to childhood and to parents, and we could be breaking the chain and not following the same routine of what parents have thrown us. Or we could be following our parents by the good, and we might have half and half, 50-50 of the whole package of our childhood, where there was good, bad, and there was good. But we've got to decide what is acceptable in bringing up children, and what is acceptable with what we can take from it. Do we feel dominated by parents, friends, partners, colleagues? At times, the random stranger we might meet on a park bench where they might try and dominate us in a first conversation. It happens, but we've got to find the control within our own self. Tell ourselves, I have the power of my own decisions, I have the power of my own life. I cannot allow anybody to step into my circle and tell me what to do, when we should. It's not even our job to remind them, but I still would. That's me drawing the line by saying to that other person, you just focus on your path yourself. Exactly. Not your job to tell me how to be, how to feel, how to think, how to express, how to make a decision.
It's like when we're driving, right, Michael?
Yes.
When you're driving, you're focusing. And if you start focusing on other drivers and how sucky they're driving, you start to lose focus in what you're doing and how you're driving. And this is
where we get an accident on the... Look at the outside of all the other drivers. Oh, there's somebody swerving, not paying attention because they're on the phone. That's a good enough reason to crash. But someone might be crashing by not paying attention. So they're focusing on they're doing the same as me, focusing on another driver and not focusing on themselves. So there's all chaos. If everybody's doing a similar thing by not focusing on themselves, not listening to each other, but by just wanting to be heard and figuring out, oh, this is the way the world should be, but they shouldn't be doing it that way. They should be doing it my way. And then we start with a domino effect. Someone falls, and everything else falls behind, and everybody gets affected. Your actions, the words you say, the things that you do, the choices that you make will affect that circle of people around you, especially family and friends and colleagues. And even the stranger will pick up in their empathic nature who you truly are. They will pick up whether you're a good energy or a bad energy. It is the way we project ourselves in society. Being trustworthy and loyal to friends and family is very important. And it's not looking at the political and citizenship and who we are. It is looking at who we choose to be anywhere in the world. We must be honest to ourselves. If we're hiding certain things in life that we kind of need to be honest to other people, then it's important that we take that off our chest, take that weight off our chest. The unfinished business before we die needs to be done now. This is the chance to do it in this life, not in the spirit world. We could easily be grounded by catastrophic circumstances, die suddenly in a bad way, or die naturally. We could die naturally and still have so much unfinished business. Our job is to clear up now, tidy up now, even in the physical body. We're not preparing to die, but we're tidying up to make ourselves feel cleaner, lighter, better within ourselves, and to better our current relationships with people, whether it be friends or partners or colleagues. We must be honest with people. If we're lying to other people and then portraying to be an honest person but saying bad things behind their back, or lying about them, or abusing the trust or our position in life, whether it be mother, father, brother, sister, spiritual worker, or our job position, then it will catch us by the tail. We should have a conscience. We should know what to tolerate and what not to tolerate. And I think it's important that we get rid of the hypocritical side, letting go of the negative, accepting that the negative shapes us for who we are, if we make that choice to allow it to shape us for who we are, or we can let it destroy us by making us bitter, making us angry, making us a person who will cause pain to another, or harming oneself, or being depressed, or feeling anxiety, and allowing all of that anxiety to control us. What have we got? We've got negativity about ourselves starting to control us, but then it leaps into another situation, another topic, like anxiety is another problem then. So you've got two problems controlling us, and then depression, a third one, and then an addiction maybe might be a fourth one. Opening our mouth when we're not meant to, you know, or when not thought. We can, I'm not saying we're not meant to, let's rephrase that. We could be opening our mouth when we're not thinking about what we're saying. That could also be another action that's controlling us, our verbal. And our ears, getting the wrong end of the stick, misjudging, hearing, did I hear right that you said this about me? But in fact they were giving you a compliment to somebody else, and you're listening to somebody else and they lied just to ruin your relationship with someone. Judging carefully, not being critical, making sure that we get the right story from people. Also, our hands tell us as well, our gestures, how we communicate, either as a medium or as a healer, as a doctor or a nurse, whatever we are, it's how we are confidently betraying ourselves. This close away from people. I'm not opening myself up, but if I open up with my hands and show you who I am, I'm allowing people in. It's because I'm willing to give so much out, but I'm willing to take a little bit back from myself. So the eyes also tell you, ever trust in that person. I'm making it important priority that I want this other person to know how I feel. I want this other person to know what I know, but they don't have to agree with everything, but they can agree with some things. They might not agree with anything at all, but the fact that I even tried to reach out and they are not compatible to me is okay, but other people will be. So it's all about body language, and it's all about connecting with other people, accepting that this negativity leaps into other things, other situations about ourselves, the self-doubt, opening up to letting people know, I've set some goals here, but I can't quite get there because of the anxiety. I can't quite get there because I don't believe enough in myself. So I go back to help these people. If it's in this course, they might say, I really can't get there. I don't feel confident. I feel self-doubt. And then I have to do a one-to-one or allow them to open up with the group by coming up with the answers as to why they feel that way in the first place. It could be childhood. It could be a person they looked up to that let them down, that made them feel that way in the first place. Greetings, Lady Witch.
Guys, so you guys, I really want to encourage you guys to take this class with Michael. My witching class will be starting on the 24th. And I think Michael's probably in the beginning of March, right?
Well,
February, March.
If you've got energy to give, take some back for yourself. Don't give it all out to other people, because it's not a healthy thing to do. And don't take on too much on your plate. Take some of it off, all the little things that don't need to be there. And make sure the washing up doesn't pile up all the dishes. Clean up every time as you go along throughout life. Deal with it.
Yeah, deal with your issues in life. And again, remember, take stuff in for yourself.
You put things to one side, it gets bigger, the problem.
Yeah. So there you go, guys.
She's got me on the camera, but I'm done.
All right. Well, there you go, guys. So please message us if you're interested in either class.
Yes. It's going to be at midnightwitch89@gmail.com or Mike. Period. Well, it's going to be period Reedy reidy25@gmail.com. Or you can get us on the Etsy shop at www.etsy.com/enchantedbellwitch, where you can inquire about Belinda's course and my MDP development.
Definitely.
So the witching class and the MDP.
Yeah, guys. So we'll leave the links below.
And I've already got 3 people already.
Fantastic. Check out the shop. We've uploaded a lot of new items. I think there's like about, what, 8 that we put up last night?
Please do that.
Really good stuff.
That's another video, but it's promoting what we do, who we are, that we really care about the people.
Yes, I wanted to tell you guys that it's been an extremely hectic 2 weeks. A lot of stuff has been happening personally, to where we've had to go to appointments here and there, dealing with the kids and other things of life that we had to take care of, which is going fantastic and everything's looking fantastic. But finally, today was the last day, and then I have another appointment on Monday, but everything's fantastic, and I will be going on tomorrow talking about a few items that I have. I'm very excited about each and every item that we have uploaded to the shop, things that you guys can use around your home, and things that you guys can work with when you're casting.
And it's a never-ending journey. We'll always keep putting more listings on, because knowledge, life, like numbers, and the universe, it's infinite. It just doesn't stop. It carries on. Our knowledge is infinite, because we're going to be fed and channeled by spirit more knowledge to develop these products that we have.
Yes. So from us to you guys, have yourself a blessed evening, and we'll be seeing you guys hopefully tomorrow, with Goddess willing and blessing us.
Well, talking about the products possibly as well.
Oh, definitely. We're going to be on there talking about the products. I do want to say that, what was I going to say? I forgot. I have no idea what
Perhaps you were looking at me and you felt love, like I did with
I'm
you.
sure. Oh, yeah, I was going to say, oh, well, thank you so much. That's awesome, guys.
Thank you so much. Who is that saying that?
Juniper.
Thank you so much.
My favorite herb is juniper berries, so that's one of my favorite things to use. Juniper. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say thumbs up, guys. Please, thumbs up. All of them count, and I'm sure I'll get some thumbs down. The same people that always do thumbs down. I don't care.
But we rise above it. People have the right to an opinion, and if they don't like it, don't watch it.
Change the channel,
like
guys.
Me, I don't like things, and I don't watch it anymore.
I just change the channel or don't watch it at all. Quite simply as that.
It's able to break free from these possessiveness and addictions and the way you are. If you can change, it's because your mind is strong enough to do so.
Yeah. So, guys, you guys have a great evening. You are special. Each and every one of you are special. You guys, you don't know how much we treasure each and every one of you, our clients and our followers. We like to get to know
pretty much all of you.
Our students.
It's a never-ending battle trying to communicate.
Love you too.
But if you want to communicate through email, do it. Magical me, yes. And send in the love, the light, even the darkness, because we have to embrace the darkness to understand the light. You know, it is important.
All right, guys, so we'll let you guys be, and we will see you tomorrow with a lot more to say or not, whatever, but just being ourselves, all right?
We can never plan what
Love
we're
you,
gonna
lady.
say.
Lady Witch. Yes, blessings and